Welcome to Family Business Diaries, the podcast where we unravel secrets of family businesses. I'm your host, 𝐊𝐴𝐺𝐵, and today we have a lovely lady joining us. Lovely, powerful. You be excited to hear her story. But yes, we're joined by Miss Sandra Kwarteng. She's head of finance with Thomcof Energy Limited, and let's get things rolling. All right. So, Sandra, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Welcome to Family Business Diaries.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting me.
Yay. I think we met at the AFBS, right?
Yes, we did.
How did you find it? Let's start with that. Let's give Dr. Oting a shout out. How did you find that?
Oh, AFBS. Okay. So we have how can I say I think we have a personal relationship with Dr. Oten.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. As part of our family businesses, we run a cold store. So we met Dr. Oten through La Bianca.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. I see the connection.
Yeah. And he's been very instrumental to the business, especially the cold store side. So he introduced this family African family business forum to us in 2023. So the first time we participated was in 2023.
Same for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 2024 was in Lagos. So a lot of Ghanaians didn't go.
I was there for school, so that's why I ended up there.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So then you followed the journey. That means you've been intentional with your family business. So we're going to hear the story. Okay, amazing. Now, all right, maybe I've jumped ship, but listen, let's go to the beginning. Tell us about yourself briefly, and then maybe how you ended up in the family business. Keep it light. We'll go deeper.
Okay. So as you know, my name is Sandra Kwarteng, Sandra 𝐊𝐴𝐺𝐵𝒆𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔𝒔 and I'm currently the head of finance with Thomcof Energy Limited, one of the family businesses.
Oh, it's one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I studied accounting at the University of Ghana, and after that, I did my qualification, the ICA, in 2018, and I joined the family business in 2017. So that was after national service. I was home one day, and I got a call. The call didn't even come to me. Well, I went somewhere. I came home, and the nanny was like, Daddy say Monday 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵𝒆𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔𝒔.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I went to the office and Daddy was like, yeah, 𝑚epɛ_sɛ I had no say in it.
Seriously?
Seriously. Just like that. Besides, I was, unemployed. I was
after
doing
service, so you're now looking
service, I was doing a part-time with a friend who was now starting his consultancy firm. So
Daddy looked and it's like, my friend, come and help me on this side and leave your friend.
So that was it. That's how I found myself.
And now you're head of finance. But does that mean, so growing up, did you ever had an idea that, I want to join my dad? Because Thomcof is, what's the secret? What's the name? Tell us the meaning of the name.
Okay, so Thomcof, it's Thomas and Comfort.
Your parents, right?
Yeah. My story is quite unique.
Okay.
I'm not a biological child.
Okay.
Yeah. So I lived with them during service.
Okay.
Even though we are family, then I came to live with them during service. The actual kids were quite young. So I needed to step in. So, let me say, they made me step in as their big sister. So that's how come I became family and I joined the family business. Yeah.
So when you came in and you were with the family, when you were searching, had you spied the business model that, maybe I can work with them? Because even when you were after service, did it cross your mind that I want to be with the family?
No.
Confess.
No. No, not at all. Because of stories I'd heard about working with Daddy.
You didn't want to get close.
Even mommy was like, Sandra, Daddy did in person anyway.
Wow.
Not because he's a bad person or anything. No,
it's just
yes, exactly. The way he wants to do his things.
Yes.
And if it doesn't go as he wants, not even you per se, but the complaints. So you go and talk, and mommy will be the one to bear the brunt.
All right. So Daddy says come and work, but tell us. when you came into the family after service, I mean, because everybody, when your service is ending, you're thinking, what next, right?
Yeah.
So did you spy this business and say, oh, maybe I can join the family business at all? Like, did you think of it?
Not really. Fine. That when I was unemployed, obviously anything goes.
Yeah.
So even though I felt like, okay, it doesn't matter if I join the family business, but then it wasn't something that I was really
You're
looking
not.
at. Yeah, because I thought I could work with a multinational. I
Sure.
wanted to go into these audit firms like PwC or KPMG. Yeah, so that's where my direction, my focus was. So that was the point where I was really concentrating on my CA. So even though I was unemployed, or in a way unemployed, I wasn't so bothered because it was giving me time to focus on my CA. Yeah.
Okay. And then you get that call that he says join. Now, when you went in, take us to the office. We want to be part of that conversation. When you went in on the Monday, what happened? Like, when you went in, what happened?
I was there. I went in. Daddy is sitting there, and he said, "Me person oni me be ejuma." So also your accounting was school.
At least he appreciated what you did in school, right?
Lady no I say no me who so into me pese oba na obey ejuma na obey me personal secretary na wasan hwe accounting no na lady me moving ako marketing.
Just like
Just
that.
like that.
But he had thought about it, right?
Yes, he had thought about it.
Okay. So now that was the interview. That was
it. No interview. He didn't take my certificate to be sure whether indeed I even passed my exams.
Nothing.
Nothing.
But I'm sure there are no regrets.
Yes.
Right?
Oh no.
For him, I'm sure if we ask him,
No, unfortunately he's late.
Oh.
Yeah. Daddy
we have to
passed
take
in
this
2021. Yeah, after COVID.
So sorry.
Yeah.
So before we come to the present, I mean, what was it like working once you started? Because now the relationship has changed. It's not just daddy. Now
Yeah.
you're a secretary and accountant.
Yeah.
What was it like? Talk us through that, because I think that's one of the frustrations for next gens, right? When we go in like that, you're still seeing the person as daddy, and so it's difficult to just understand how to handle things in the office. So when you got this really short interview with being told what to do, what happened after that? Like,
Okay, so he was not based in Accra, Tema.
okay.
The office is in Tema.
Yes.
He's not based in Accra, Tema. He lives in Kumasi. So he come as and when he has something to do, and he doesn't even stay in the office. I can say that was the only time I saw Daddy in the office, in the Tema office.
Seriously?
Yes.
As the personal secretary?
Yes.
So then you were running the show in...
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. So he brought me in to stand in his place. Yeah. So he was like, anything that goes on in the office, you are in charge.
So then this was really his succession being laid out. Like he just played it all out nicely. He probably just didn't understand.
Maybe I guess I didn't understand.
But
in fact, really, I didn't understand until years after. I'm like, nah, you need to listen to your elderly ones.
They know what they're about.
I pushed back in a lot of things. Yeah.
So unfortunately, he's passed now. But just reflecting on everything, right? Do you see the plan play out? Like, do you understand? Do you appreciate what he did?
Yes, I do. I think one, he wanted someone that he could trust because he's not based in Tema. He wanted someone that he could trust, someone who is family. And my situation being very unique because I'm not a biological child, I cannot be doing daddy. If I can say chi, mitimu unye me de sa. Aha.
Please, those who can say daddy will feel judged right now.
Oh,
what
no.
do you mean?
So
Explain it.
I mean, I cannot do a lot of timude. I cannot.
Do you think that those who do daddy, there's something with that there?
Oh, sometimes I think so.
All right. Thank you for keeping it real. Go on.
Yeah. So you know, you have to be careful, even though this is someone who was taking you as his child, but you have to tread cautiously. Yeah. And for me, it was a privilege for me because, hey, I'm not a biological child, but then you've recognized me, you've recognized my potential, and you see that, no, even though this is not my child, but then I she's somebody who can really help me and help my kids as well.
So I feel like this conversation is taking a different turn altogether,
Yeah.
and it's giving us a different side of family business. But maybe let's get into your head, right? 2021, he passes away. Now, this is somebody who gave you an opportunity because of how he sees you and appreciates you. And,
Yeah.
you know, what were your fears when he passed? Because if you're running a business for him based on a conversation he had with you in his office, what were your fears, and what happened like after in terms of your position? Did you worry that, you know, hey, my position is at stake? Like what went through your head?
Okay. I didn't have a lot of fears because I trusted that mommy was going to take over and take over well. Okay. We trusted in her leadership as well. So she wasn't much involved in the gas side. We are into LPG. She wasn't much involved in the gas side. She was involved in the other businesses. Okay. So we knew that after he died, mommy was the one going to take over. My fear was only around the family. I didn't know what the family was going to do. Yeah. I mean, the extended family.
Okay.
This is a typical Ashanti family. And I don't know if sometimes there can be, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
We understand.
But then fortunately, daddy did a will and just cut everything short.
Isn't that just amazing?
Yes, it was.
No, he's done a great job.
Yes.
Because it's like helping and then making sure that there's no mess once I'm gone as well, right?
Yes.
And I think that's one of the things we keep talking to family businesses about, that the structure is important, the systems are important, but you need to make sure that you have a will, you have that succession plan in place to ensure there's no mess.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can have this legacy we keep talking about. And, you know, wow.
Yeah.
So when you heard he had a will and he had everything sorted, how did you feel about it?
Oh, I think we're all relieved.
He never talked about it when he was alive.
Nobody knew. I think maybe, I don't think mommy knew. According to, I think mommy, apart from those who witnessed the will.
Wow.
Yes. So I think after he died, and we all heard that, okay, daddy has a will somewhere, but we all were waiting to hear what was in the will, whether he allocated certain business to certain children. But he did it such that there was so much peace. Whoever advised him did a very good job. Yeah.
This is just brilliant. So that's good. So now you're still in charge, well, head of finance at Thomcof. And how is that going in terms of, you know, management, leadership, and just even innovation, right? Things are changing so much.
Yeah.
How is that going with your business?
Well, Thomcof is a very small player in the industry. We are now picking up, even though we've been in the industry for a while now. Fortunately, unfortunately, when daddy started the business, he got a contract with Togo. Togo wasn't importing their own LPG. So we were supplying to Togo. So we concentrated so much on the Togo market that we forgot about the local market. So even though daddy did so well, but then he didn't get the advice to be more strategic. So after the contract ceased, which we had just about a month or two to prepare, the contract just ceased just like that. And we now have to come and focus on the Ghanaian market.
That's
and
a blow,
people have already taken over the Ghanaian market. So that's why we are now crawling in the Ghanaian market. But then God has been good. So after he died and all that, we are still growing, and we are still trying to be innovative and all that. And thanks to Dr. Otin and the Family Business Forum and all that, they are really helping us to structure things and be open to a lot of things.
Other areas as well.
So we are still growing in terms of governance and structure, strategy, innovation, and all that.
I mean, I think with all those things, it starts with the recognition that we need this, or with the desire to have the structures in place, and because it's a lot of hard work, and it takes time.
And it takes time.
Yes. And I think it's good you mentioned that he's talking to you about strategy and all, because sometimes we focus, I want to keep the family business, I want to have the family name, but you still need a profitable business. You still need a business that's thriving. So it's like you can't have one without the other. Even when
Yeah.
you're trying to get strategies to make sure you're profitable, you also need the systems and structures. And you can't
Exactly.
only focus on the systems and structures
Exactly.
because money has to come in. So that's good. At least you're on a good path. And I'm sure, we'll hear big things about you guys in the near future. So
Sure,
we'll look forward to that.
definitely.
All right. So right now, you're almost like a steward. I mean, you're doing this and you said that the other kids are much younger.
Yeah.
So there's none of them in the business yet.
I will not say much younger. When
that was a
Daddy
while back.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a while back. Now, 2 are out of school.
Okay.
So they are in the business.
So now they are, okay, so they are
The first 2.
okay, they're in the business. So you
Yeah.
work together or they're in other businesses?
They are in other businesses.
Okay, cool. So I was going to say, so how is it going to be like? But I guess you've restructured it like that everybody's taking care of a certain part of.
Yeah.
But if we
In a
talk
way.
Sandra, I mean, you're doing the family business just like many of us are. What are your other interests though? I mean, this is currently you're in the energy sector, but what are the other interests? Do you see yourself doing other things apart from what you're doing in the family business? Tell us, share your
Okay.
secrets with us, the future goals.
Yeah. To be honest, that's if I can say this.
Okay,
To be honest, before Daddy passed, I didn't see myself working with the family business for long. I thought one day I have to leave. There are a lot of things that you are looking out for because so let me say the structures are not there, so maybe there's no opportunity for growth and other things. So I really didn't see myself working in the family for a long time. But then after he passed and Dr. Ten started
Yeah.
talking to mommy about structure and those things, now I was like, okay, this is something that I can really do in the long term because there are lots of opportunities for us. Luckily for us, LPG is in green energy. And right now,
And
everybody's
that's it.
talking about sustainability. And I'm thinking, hey, this is something that I can really look into. So for me, I've started researching into how I can help the company divert into other things, into other sources of green energy, because that's where the world is going right
Certainly.
now. Exactly. So if I'm able to help the company move towards that
Yeah.
direction, then it's probably that's what's going to make us scale to where we want to get to. And I would say that is my vision for myself has
You've merged it
have
with the
merged
family.
with the family's
Yeah.
vision. Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. Sometimes you just need to find your place, find that thing that you want to do for the business, right? And run with it. But once you have that moment and take that responsibility, it shifts things a lot. So
Yeah.
so this is amazing. So that's amazing. You're taking this. I think what's just listening to your story shows that, it's almost like your dad set the stage somehow. I
Yeah.
mean, he's giving you a good foundation.
Yeah.
And you are building on it now, right? Because yes, maybe he went out before coming in, but now you have a chance to take the Ghanaian market, albeit slow because it's saturated now, but you're putting in the work and you are paying attention. I guess that's what innovation is about, understanding the trends now. So green energy,
Yeah.
what are we doing? So that's good. All right. Okay, Sandra. So we've gone for the meeting. You started your job. I want to talk about you and just working in the business, okay? Because I think sometimes it's important. I mean, in talking family business, there's the family influence, how you handle family and all of that. Then there's the aspect of the business itself, and then you as an individual. So we're gonna take this in steps. I said I was gonna start with the business, but no, let me start with the family. So when you started working with your dad, right? And you were living with them. You were
Yes.
living in the same house. So how was it like in terms of balancing, business and family? When you come home, is he the type? Is he a workaholic? Does he still talk business at home? How does it feel working in the family business and then coming home? Tell us, did life change? What changed for you?
Oh, I wouldn't say change much. He's an entrepreneur. Every entrepreneur is a workaholic. So you come home, sometimes you bring work home. He has to sign some documents, and it's still like that. Till dates in Kumasi, they take work home all the time because mommy has to sign some documents and all that. So
it's like working around the clock.
Yes.
But do you maintain that balance where, okay, on Sundays, please, we're not talking work. We're not, let's just be family. Are there moments where it's just forget work? Let's be ourselves, or it became a part and parcel of you?
So luckily for me, because he was not based here, it helped a bit. But when he's around, I think on weekends he doesn't talk much business. After he's done talking what he wants to say,
That's
Sunday he takes you to church, he picks you up. He's like that. He'll take you to church. Then when you close, you come and pick you up. Yeah, I miss that part about him. Yeah. Then so yeah, when you come home after he signs whatever he has to sign, you have a few discussions, and I think that's it. He goes to bed, or we go and watch a TV. We go and watch TV or something.
So at least he maintained, regular
regular
life.
life.
That's good. Now let's go to the office. So you, this small girl who just finished your national service, you've come in, they've put you in charge. How was it like in terms of the office? Because somebody had a role, they had been moved to a certain part, you were taking over. What was it like leading the team? How would you describe your leadership experience when you went in?
Okay, my office, we maintained a small staff in the 𝐷𝐸𝐻 office. Okay. So when I joined, so there was the lady that I occupied her position. She was moved some. Then there was the liaison officer. Then there were the drivers. The drivers will not stay in the office because they are transporting. I think the only driver that would stay in the office was the saloon car driver. He will come once a while. So the office staff were just about 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just about
so
3.
Then you're able to manage.
Exactly. And I didn't see myself as the leader or anything, even though that is what Daddy had told me, but then no. So unfortunately, let me say, when I joined, I think Daddy forgot to tell the lady whom I was replacing that I was the one taking over her role. So when I joined, I think she was like, "Who is this girl?" She didn't even say anything to me or anything. And then the other guy, I was like, but you were here when the daddy said this. So the day daddy interviewed me, the lady wasn't around.
Oh, okay.
So when she came, Daddy too had left. And I think Daddy forgot to tell.
So there was a little bit of a disconnect.
Friction. Yes, exactly. Okay. And so I called Daddy and I was like, Daddy, it seems you didn't tell the lady that I'm taking over. And she was like, yeah. Then he called her. And even after that, for them to teach you, because my national service was with APM terminals, part of the Maersk group.
Yes.
That's different from
totally different from your energy.
I don't know anything about energy. I don't know anything about MPA. I don't know anything about LPG. They'll be talking all these terms, white products, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know anything. And now Google has to be my friend.
Exactly.
Because nobody's ready to teach you.
You have to learn on the job.
I have to learn on the job.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about the challenging experiences, because I get the part where, as soon as you don't communicate right, or there's that disconnection, it really makes some people put their guards up, some people, shut out. They don't want to help, only because they probably feel, disrespected, that if you're doing this, why didn't you tell me? So there's a lot of things that have to be handled well, especially when, your child is coming to the business. But apart from this one, what do you think are some of the other challenging things? So maybe the part about the knowledge gap, where you're talking about not having the experience, right? So what else? I'm trying to get you to relive your, right now you're a boss lady, but I want you to go back and tell us what were the experiences like. What were some of the other challenges? Because I asked, not really because of you, but for people listening, there are people going through similar issues now. For somebody who's now starting the journey, they'll probably understand that, okay, so this is normal. So talk us through. We have 2 so far with, that no communication. So, or maybe 3, no communication. So it made, being accepted difficult. Yeah. Then we have the thing about the knowledge gap being put in a place, the experience not being taught. And yes, tell us which other ones.
Okay, so the other challenge was with internal structures or internal processes. Yeah. I think it's a big issue in a lot of Ghanaian owned businesses, a lot of Ghanaian owned businesses. It's the CEO who calls the shots or the owner who calls the shots. A lot of things are not really down. And even though I didn't really have a lot of experience in accounting, or probably no experience, because national service, I didn't do anything accounting, even though I studied accounting. But then at least my books tell me that, hey, you have to have your records in place and all that. So the challenge was with the internal processes. Yes.
Okay.
I struggled. So I now have to put some systems in place. We didn't really have a proper software, so I have to make do with Excel. I have to talk to friends who are already practicing accounting to help me. And the auditors also helped, a lot. So with the challenges, I'll say the internal processes.
Okay, cool. And the nice thing about these things is usually when you go through the problems, you find the solutions.
Yes,
As an owner or as somebody in the family business, you end up finding solutions because you need to fix it, right? So
and let me say one thing. Daddy is also the type that when he asks you to do something, he doesn't want excuses. That's why your account said, so do this.
So then you have to find a way to make it work.
You have to find a way to make it work.
So that's good.
Yes, it makes you learn.
Tough training.
Now, tough training.
No, I like that. I honestly think your dad knew what he was doing. So that's good. Okay, it can't all be negative. So let's talk about the rewarding aspects of being in the family business, right? What are those things that you feel this was rewarding?
The first thing, the flexibility.
Okay, I won't say anything. Yeah.
The flexibility. Okay, so it's not only me. I think it's a general thing. Yeah, it's not. So it's not only me by being a child or anything. The staff, everybody, the flexibility. So we don't follow a strict clock that, hey, come to work at 8, close at 5. Sometimes you come and there's nothing to do. Go and do other things. So there's the flexibility. So I remember when Daddy was employing me, he was like, "Ejuma we enye busy. Oba na oye de obeye ria. Obetimi akoye wade." And you're busy, but send me here, BBI. You have to be ready to give me the answer. So so the flexibility, I like the flexibility, but that's just there. And so the flexibility allows you to do other things. So when I joined, I hadn't finished my CA, but then because of how things were, I can arrange my time and now go and concentrate on my studies. And because it's family, if you have any idea, it's easy to pitch it to mommy or the senior staff, the other senior staff in terms of longevity, those who have served longer, because they have more experience than you. So we have that close relationship. For the staff, like staff are family. In my company,
I think that's what usually happens in family businesses.
Yes, the staff are family. They are family. Sometimes somebody can do something like, they'll be like, let me say, 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐾𝐽𝐶. Let's say one of the children is called Kofi, for instance. 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐾𝐽𝐶, we saw you when you were a kid.
They always remind you that, please.
Exactly. Yeah. So we are family. So if you have an idea, it's easy to pitch the idea or think about it fast, but then...
Okay. Have there been instances where your idea is not taken? How do you handle that? Because, sometimes when you're up there, you feel like, everything I say must pass. So if you share an idea, let's say with mommy, and it's not taken, how do you handle that?
Oh, it's not a big deal. Even sometimes mommy can share an idea, we will not take it.
So it's what will work for the business. It's not about who's coming.
It's not about who is saying it. Okay. Yes. Okay. And mommy's leadership style is a very beautiful leadership style.
Tell us about it.
So mommy, she sees herself as, me, I don't know anything. Not that she doesn't know anything, but she wants everybody to contribute. So in their business, she's not the one who has the final say. We all decide, we all pitch in, we all talk it through, we all analyze, dissect it before we make a decision.
Okay.
She doesn't have the final say.
That's good.
So it makes the employees or the staff more committed. So we have staff who have served for over 20 years. Exactly, yes. Wow. And these are people that they are dedicated. They will do anything to make the business grow, because your efforts are also recognized, not only in monetary terms, but then you see that you feel. Exactly.
Okay. What is the biggest lesson you've learned so far working with family?
Biggest lesson.
Working with family.
Working with family. One big lesson, I think the first big lesson I learned was that I should have listened to daddy when I joined. Whatever he wanted me to do, I should have, because now as the time went by, I realized that no, it's good to listen to the elderly. Sometimes you think you know it all, and but then they know what they are doing. They know why they are doing certain things. So yes, so sometimes listen to people with experience, especially for the young gens that are coming. Listen to those with experience, okay? And one lesson, big lesson that I've learned is to communication, collaboration and communication. We, even though we are family, as I said, when we are taking a decision, we take it together with the staff, the family, and everything. But then there have been times that we haven't followed that, and we've gone to make some decisions. Let's say the family has gone to make some decisions that has had a lot of financial consequences on the businesses. So one thing that I've really learned is that, hey, you always have to consult, and not only consulting your staff, but you also have to consult experts. Yes, experts in taking certain decisions. Yeah.
Have there ever been, yes, you saying that sometimes family doesn't consult and they bring problems, but have there ever been conflicts that have come up based on issues like this, and how do you navigate that?
Will I say conflicts? Yes, the issues
Disagreement.
So after you go and make that decision, after you go and do that, sign that agreement and everything, and then it comes to light, I'm like, hey, you people didn't consult us. What happened? Yeah. I wouldn't say conflict. Obviously, maybe you'll be disappointed, but then we all found there's this mutual respect. I think we thrive on mutual respect in our company.
Okay.
It's key, because the first gen, mommy respects us and we respect. So there's respect in the family. No child can come and walk about and say that I'm the boss. No. So there's this mutual respect. So when there's an issue, we solve it respectfully on the table. We sit round table. Hey, this is the issue. How do we go about it? Now the problem has come. How do we solve it? How do we curb it? How do we make sure that it doesn't happen again? Then we move on from there. But then there haven't been times that there've been a lot of sentiments, and no, it hasn't been.
That's good.
Yeah.
Then you seem to have, you say you don't have systems and structures, but at least you have a structure around navigating conflicts and disagreements, right? Because not being able to sit at table to discuss it can lead to, something small can become such a big issue.
Exactly.
But sitting to talk about it makes all the difference. So kudos to you guys. I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk legacy, and then I'll get you to give advice to our people, right? I mean, how do you plan to honor the legacy of Daddy? He's built something great. He's instilled certain values. How do you just plan to honor the company's legacy?
One thing that is on my heart is that I'm very particular about governance, structure, and positioning the family for access to finance and scaling. Sorry, position the company to access to finance, then scaling the company's operations. So it's something that I'm very particular about. That's why I think the whole family, I'm the only one who is very much interested in what Dr. Kwarteng is doing for us.
Is it because you have a vision? Is it because of where you want?
They are all interested. Mommy is interested. The kids are interested. But it seems for me, for them, when something happens, like, no, you need cash, so let's make some money. Like, no, even when we don't have money, because we're able to use money to do some unnecessary things. So even when we don't, because the more we wait, the more people are also taking over. We are in a very competitive industry. So yeah. So for me, my vision is that I help the company attain that level. We have to be heard. We've been in the industry since 2012. That's the LPG side. Been in the industry since 2012, and still people cannot mention Thomcof.
Oh, but it's because we're just struggling to. But I get you.
Yeah. So yes, I really want to make Daddy proud wherever he is. May his soul rest in peace.
May he rest in
That
peace.
he will never regret that he made me come into the business. And one thing I would say is that when he was about to die, then he told mommy that, Abna, Sandra, munye bibi mano.
Wow.
Sandra, oye, crap, papa. You know, like, I don't know what
She
I'd
told
done.
you about it?
Yeah, she told me about it. I don't know what I'd done. So I'm here. I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you, Daddy, wherever he is. And so I don't want to
Disappointed.
shame him. I don't want to disappoint him. I want to make his legacy live on. Yeah.
This
And
is
I
so
remember he told the
beautiful.
kids that, hey, no, bibi obi ehia bia, unko bisa no.
No, he really kept you. Like he really
Yes.
held. Nah, that's good. This is a beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing. And
Thank you
I
too.
really hope and pray that you'll be able to fulfill this and actually honor his legacy because he had a good heart for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, let's move to the next gens. Let's move to the young women. Young women, what advice would you give to young women aspiring to leadership roles? You know, so as accountants and maybe in your industry, so what advice would you give to young women navigating the challenges? Right now, the ground is hot. There's a lot that's going on, you know, but advise the young women. So we're not even talking family business yet, but just young ladies going through it right now.
Yeah. I'd say whatever you are doing, do it well. Whatever your hands find doing, do it well. The Bible says that whatever you find your hands find doing it like you are doing it for God. So whatever you find your hands doing, do it well. And I know as young women, sometimes you have what do you call it? People approach you and they want to sleep with you. Sorry. Sometimes you go somewhere and they just assume that you are a spoiled brat or something, but then maintain your dignity, and because that's what's going to speak for you, and do it well. Let your works, let your output speak for you. And don't let people sit somewhere and say that, hey, this person, she's attained her wealth just because she slept with people or something.
Yeah.
Though they may say it, but let it not be true. Okay. Yeah. So for me, whatever you find yourself doing, do it
well.
and do it well.
Okay. Now let's come to the next gens, the people whose parents have businesses, they're being called to come work. They're thinking, oh, do I want to do this? Let's advise the next gens, people or those who have started. Like what one advice would you give to next gens?
With the next gen, let me say something, a short story. So the second boy, he did mechanical engineering in school. He never thought of joining the family business. So his internships, he's into automobile. He would rather go and work in the mechanic shop for his internship. He was so not interested in the family business until daddy died, and now he has to step up because the business is not just one. There are lots. There's the block factory. So he had to step up. He had to go into the block factory because for that place, nobody's there. Because that one, it was like daddy's baby. He wakes up in the morning, he goes to sit at the block factory. They are doing their stuff and he monitors it. So nobody was really in charge of that. So now he has to step in, you know. And now I think for the engineering, he has posts. So my advice to the next gen is that the business is for you. It's for the family. Though you may have a different direction, a different path, it doesn't hurt to also know about the business because really, who better manage the business than you? If it's for you, you can do it and do it better. Just that unfortunately, sometimes they think that the money is there and sometimes they'll come and mismanage it. But then if you want to do it, you can do it better. Besides, it's for you. So you can easily make certain decisions that will take, you can direct the vision of the company because the business is for you. So it doesn't hurt to be involved in the family business, even if you want to chart your own path, but it doesn't hurt. You can do both. you may not be directly involved, but then once you understand the operations and the dynamics of the business, you can easily have oversight over it. Because if someone is doing it and let's say the person is cheating, the person is doing some shady businesses, and you have no understanding of the business, how are you
won't
going
even
to
know.
identify the loopholes? Exactly. But then if you know, if you understand, if something comes, if there's a contract, if they bring you a contract, you're able to tell that no, this and that, you know. So please, as the young gens come in, make time and be involved in the family business. It doesn't hurt. And when they go to, don't be lording yourself over as I'm the boss. And no, it doesn't get you anywhere. With that, a lot of barriers to be raised. The
Yeah.
staff will not be willing to teach you anything because they think that, hey, you're coming to take over their jobs, and maybe you also collapse the business, because usually those who come
Yeah.
and
They leave you to do.
they are raising their shoulders and all that, they don't know anything. Because you are not ready to learn. If you are ready
Yeah.
to learn, you humble yourself and learn. So
Yeah.
humble yourself and learn. Don't come and be raising your shoulders. If you raise your shoulders, no, there are people that have been working over 20 years. They have more
Exactly.
experience than you, and they can even live with your customers. Yes. So humble yourself and learn.
Okay, humble yourself and learn, and really get to understand the business.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think, I know you're giving them advice, but let me just ask this. Do you think it's important that children are introduced to the business even before they're ready to work? Like, do you think maybe with internships and things, we should be intentional and get them exposed to the business?
Yes, I think so. I think so. When you look at these big, or let's say family businesses outside, even when you go outside, these mom pop shops, their kids, whenever they vacate or after school, they come and work in their dad's
Yeah.
shops or their mom's shops. Exactly. So it doesn't hurt, even if it not your in your actual internships and maybe your weekends or after school you want to pass by. Yes. The fourth, is it a fourth born or the fifth born? There are 8 children. Sorry.
8.
Sometimes. Fifth, yes. The fifth born, for instance, she's in secondary school, and I've been telling her, when you come, go to the cold store. It's you even learn to interact with people better, because in this world of business, you need to learn to have good interpersonal relationship with people. You have to learn to interact better.
Certainly.
So the cold store, because it's a retail, because you meet a lot of customers, and most of these customers are not in your class,
Yes.
you learn to respect people
And how to speak to
and
them
how
and all
to
that.
speak to people, whoever they are, because these people are like market people and all that. So you may think that, no, these people are not my class.
They
No,
have the
but when
money.
you go, yes, they have the money. Exactly.
Yeah.
When you go and they are bringing the money, yes, now you know how to respect. So yes, I think, yes, they should be
They should be
involved.
involved.
Yeah.
All right. This has been a very interesting conversation. I'm listening. I'm thinking, let's sum it up. 5 years from now, where are we going to see Sandra? Let's talk Sandra. Let's close this with Sandra 5 years from now.
Oh, 5 years from now.
2030.
You know, sometimes when they are doing these awards, these women under 40s, like, I have to get here one day.
Some of us missed it, but yes.
Maybe they have women under 50.
It's okay. It's fine. So you want to be award winning Sandra. What
Not
else?
necessarily award winning, but then I have to be the one to drive a scale. I should be scaling the business. Maybe not necessarily being recognized nationally or internationally, but then, as I initially said, my vision and the family business vision has been intertwined and have been merged. And so where I see myself is where I want to see the company. So I want to see the company up there in being one of the top players in the energy industry. And who better to do it than me?
Lovely way to end it. Who better do it than me? And of course, your dad saw that in you, and so that's why he placed you there. So thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you it's been a very, very transparent conversation. You've shared a lot.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
One thing I also learned in the business is to trust God. There have been times that it's like this, no hope, all hope is lost. I remember I initially talked about we losing the Togo
Yes.
contract. And we are now coming to focus on the Ghanaian industry. And I tell you, within a space of 2 months, our volumes had risen in the Ghanaian industry. It's like we didn't, just after the Togo contract, and that month, we didn't really do any sales. We just did 2 trips. Then the following month, so the month that we just do 2 trips, we're getting referrals. Then the following months, like people started signing on board. By December, our volumes had, will I say, quadrupled.
God is good.
God is good. And so when the kids were growing and they were now getting involved in the business, I kept telling them that you people have to be prayerful. You people have to, you will learn to trust God as you join this business, because we don't have a lot of structures in place. Sometimes we make some mistakes and it hurts us, but then God has always stepped in for us.
He's
There have been
merciful.
times that we were almost fine because paying our suppliers, but then one way or the other, something comes up. So right now it has built us such that no matter what comes our way,
Your faith
like
is
God is
next
going to,
level.
like yesterday for our last 2 days, I called mommy and I'm like, there's this document that we are looking to get at MPA and it's not coming. It has delayed. It's been over a year. It has not come.
Wow.
And now with the MPA scandal and everything, nobody's even willing to help. So please, let's pray.
Just that.
Let's pray, because now it's only God. Let's pray. So that has been, I'll say, one of our values.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Quite
have really come
centered.
to trust in God.
That's
business,
amazing.
yeah.
And a nice way to end this, because that anchor is needed. I mean, when
Yeah.
the tough times come,
Yeah.
you need your source. You need to run back to your
Yeah,
source. So thank
sure.
you. Thank you so much for sharing. And well, I'm sure people have learned a lot, picked a lesson or two from this. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation and
Thank
for
you
being
too.
here. All right, people, I believe you've heard Sandra's story. I really hope you learned a lesson or two. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Family Business Diaries. As you know, we release new episodes every month. It's on the second Wednesday of every month. You can find us on YouTube, on social media, on all podcast streaming platforms at Family Business Diaries. Do check us out and check out our website as well, familybusinesshub.co, for announcements and some interesting and exciting articles as well. So thank you so much and see you on the next episode. Bye.